This is the Indonesia Channel.
Coming up on today's Indonesia, the government has blocked a video allegedly showing Indonesian children training for ISIS. Bali 9 duo execution will be delayed again after their appeal hearing postponed. And should the government act leniently towards corruptors? Welcome, this is today's Indonesia. From Jakarta, I am Luisa Kusnandar. The police are trying to trace dozens of Indonesians who are linked to the radical ISIS group following the detention of 16 people in the Turkey-Syria border. They added they had found out the benefactor of these people, although the motive behind the issue remains unclear. Police also said that many supporters of ISIS had been influenced by the internet and groups that operate inside the country. Meanwhile, the government on Wednesday blocked a video appearing to show Indonesian children training with weapons in front of an Islamic State flag. The 2-minute video shows children speaking in Indonesian and reciting verses from the Quran. The Bali 9 duo will not be executed this month after a court postponed their appeal hearing against the rejection of a request from presidential clemency. The judges on Thursday in Jakarta said final arguments would be heard on April 1st and a verdict will be announced soon afterwards. Miran Sukumaran and Andrew Chan have already been transferred to the prison island of Nusa Kambangan, where the execution will take place. Authorities reiterated that they would not set a date for executions until all legal challenges are completed for all death row inmates. It could take weeks or even months to conduct executions. At least half of the convicts have conducted legal process. The 2 Australians are among 10 drug convicts due to be executed together by the firing squad. Public outcries are mounting following the government's plan to reduce sentence for graft convicts. Anti-Graft Commission urged the Justice and Human Rights Minister not to make it easier for corruption convicts to receive remission. Yasona Lawli is considering to revise the regulation that imposes stricter remission requirements on drug, graft and terror convicts. The regulation requires graft convicts to fulfill 2 criteria before they can be granted a remission. First, they must be a justice collaborator, and secondly, they must pay back the state losses they have caused. Let's get a perspective now from our viewpoint analyst. Wimar Witular is here. He's a former presidential spokesman, now running his own communications company. Wimar, tell us what you think.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know quite what to think, but the basic principle of the law is it should inspire a sense of justice among the people.
So do you think this is fair or not fair?
What is fair or not fair?
Is this fair for the corrupter convicts? Is it fair for the people?
No, I was asking what is fair because I think remission, well, I know remission should be possible because it's always a feature in every code of law. But then who should get it, under what terms, that should be fair. The application of the facility should be fair. The law itself, I think it should be there. And you cannot really have your final say in the absence of a case. As I understand it, the government is just contemplating the law, but not actually dealing with a case. In the end, the verdict of a court, the law, should instill a sense of fairness to the public, not have one person released from justice and the other punished. Unfairness. It should be fair.
Now, tell us what you think, Wimar. What is the reason behind this? You know, as some people are saying that what pushes this is maybe because some of the, or a lot of the corruptors are lawmakers.
I don't think so in this case. It might have been the case in other reviews of the law. It might have been the case with other governments. But this government, I don't think, is on the side of the corruptors. It's not even on the side of the lawmakers. The lawmakers, who are the parliament members, are in fact opposition to the government. So I am as confused as you are, but I don't think Mr. Lawli, Mr. Jokowi are on the side of the corruptors.
Well, the plan has drawn strong reaction from the public and also from the KPK. Do you think the government undermines the fight on corruption, though?
It has undermined the fight on corruption in the case of the police versus KPK. in this case, it's not relevant because the remission is applied after the judgment, and after the judgment is in the hands of the government. It's not in the hands of the KPK or the Attorney General anyway. So they don't really have a say in these cases.
Yes, but I mean, like, this comes from Mr. Lawley in the beginning, and recently even the president urged the minister to consider the public's reaction towards this. What's your thought on this? Well,
it's very wise for the president to advise that, because one should also take part of the public reactions. That's not to say that Mr. Lawley did not base his thoughts initially on the principles of a public reaction. It's just nothing that can be really discussed without a case.
Well, has a judge handed down an appropriate sentence in handling grave cases in Indonesia so far?
No, it has not.
No.
No, but we are not talking about verdicts. We're talking about remission. Remission is a facility that's applied after the person has been convicted, after he or she has undergone part of the sentencing, and then there's the remission. But the verdict itself comes before the remission, and the conviction comes before the remission. So it's really an argument that has neither heads nor tails.
So what's your opinion on President Jokowi handling tackling corruption case, let's say Budi Gunawan versus
we are not talking about remission now,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I think he has set back the fight on corruption because of signals, of poor signals, which seem to protect the people who go against the law, and not to defend the KPK. But I know it's not his intention to do that. It's just political pressure have bent him out of shape. He has no composure anymore because so many interests are against his personal decency, among others from his political party and from the lawmakers. He's on his own. He's a president without a base.
So he was being neutral in this case, and he did the right thing, yeah?
Maybe he should not have been neutral. He should have been going against the party, against the police, but we don't know if he has the strength to do that and still survive the presidency.
Okay, bottom line, Wimar, what's your say on remission? Is it a yes or is it a no?
Yes, it's a yes.
It's a yes. Okay, Wimar Witelar, thank you so much for coming, sharing your perspective with us.